If God has been silent lately, don't panic. His silence is not abandonment. His silence is preparation. I know some of you feel like nothing is happening in your life right now. You look around, and it feels stagnant, quiet, maybe even empty. But I want to tell you today that while it might be quiet on earth, heaven is busy working on your next chapter. So stay with me until the very end, because what God is preparing you for will explain every tear, every delay, and every unanswered prayer you've ever had. There's a season that almost every believer enters that just feels confusing. You pray, but you hear no response. You fast, but you see no sign. You try to obey, but there's no visible reward. This is what we call the silent season. But today, we're going to go deeper, because after the silence comes the preparation, and this is the part that most people miss. They don't see what God is doing behind the scenes. The Bible tells us in Isaiah 55, verses 8 and 9, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord." This is so important to understand. God does not go silent to punish you. He doesn't go silent to abandon you. He goes silent to protect what He is building inside of you. It's a sacred construction zone, and sometimes that requires a bit of quiet. So, what is He actually doing during this time? First, God is building your character. Before God ever changes your situation, He is committed to changing you. The silence forces you to mature. It removes that childish, emotional dependence where you need a sign or a feeling every 5 minutes to know that He is there. It teaches you how to obey even when there's no applause, no validation, and no immediate result. The book of James says, "The testing of your faith produces perseverance." Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Think about it, if God answered every single prayer immediately, the blessing itself might crush you. You wouldn't have the spiritual muscle or the character to handle the weight of what He wants to give you. The silence is your gym. It's your training ground. He is building a foundation in you that can hold the skyscraper He is about to build through you. The second thing God does in the quiet is He weans you from people. Have you noticed that in the silent seasons, people seem to disappear? The support system you thought you had might fade away. The applause you were used to suddenly stops. This isn't because you failed. It's not a sign that you've done something wrong. It's because God is lovingly, intentionally teaching you who your true source is. It's not your pastor, not your friends, not your family, not your boss. It's Him. Psalm 118:8 says it so clearly, "It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man." God has to get you to a place where your validation comes from heaven, not from the people around you. Some people, even with the best intentions, simply couldn't handle where you're going. They couldn't follow you into your next season even if they tried. The silence is God's way of detaching you from dependencies that would only hold you back. Third, God is teaching you about His timing. This is a big one. Delay does not mean denial. Let me say that again. Delay does not mean denial. Delay means alignment. While you're waiting, God is like a divine choreographer, synchronizing everything perfectly. He's lining up the right people, the right opportunity, and the exact right moment. The prophet Habakkuk was told, "Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay." God's timing is surgical. If the blessing came too early, it could destroy you. You wouldn't be ready. If it came too late, you might miss the window of opportunity. So when it feels like nothing is happening, remember that God is moving all the pieces on the board. He's arranging your future with a precision you can't even comprehend. The wait isn't empty, it's strategic. The fourth reason for the silence is that God is protecting you from exposure. Some blessings require privacy to grow. Think of a seed. It has to be hidden in the dark, under the ground, before it can sprout. It even saves you from premature celebration, which can lead to pride and distraction. Isaiah 26:20 says, "Go, my people, enter your rooms and shut the doors behind you. Hide yourselves for a little while." This isn't a punishment, it's a hide me season. It's a sacred incubator. God knows that not everyone needs to see your process. Some people only deserve to see the result. He is protecting your potential by keeping it under wraps until it is strong enough to withstand the public eye. And finally, point number 5, while God is working on you, He is also preparing the blessing itself. It's a two-part process. He's working on you, and He's working on what's for you. Joseph didn't just walk straight from the pit to the palace. David didn't go from the pasture to the throne overnight. He had to run from Saul, live in caves, and lead a band of misfits first. God was preparing the kingdom for David while He was preparing David for the kingdom. Remember what Joseph told his brothers in Genesis 50:20. "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." The silence, the waiting, the trials, they are all proof that something big is being assembled behind the scenes. So, if God is quiet in your life right now, please don't quit. If nothing makes sense and you can't connect the dots, please don't turn back. He is not ignoring you. He is preparing you. He is preparing you for something that requires a strength you don't yet have, a wisdom you haven't yet learned, and a character you are still developing. Let's pray together. Father, for every single person watching this who is in a silent season, I ask that you would give them peace where there is confusion, strength where there is weakness, and a deep and wavering faith where there is waiting. If you are in a silent season and you are choosing to trust God through it, type "I will WIT" in the comments below to declare your faith. Like this video if it spoke to your heart today, and make sure you subscribe, because the very next message we're releasing is about what happens immediately after the silence finally breaks. You don't want to miss it. Thank you for watching.